Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever this catches you. This is another Kazon's Truth production. My message is to Mother Christine and Father Elmo, parents of Nolan Wells. Out of all the boys, I've taken upon myself to deal with Tristan Sheppard because, in my opinion, he is lying. He is not telling the truth. Before we get going, let me protect myself by putting up a disclaimer. The K Factor as well as Kazon's Truth, they both work and operate under the fair use. You can find it in the Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107. Basically, everything that will be shown here will be for criticism, comment, news, education, and most importantly of all, research. All rights belong to the prospective owners. Anything outside of that will be infringing. It is not our aim to defame anybody. However, once we press this play button and roll those receipts on their own, with their own breath, they the ones that's going to truthfully testify. But I tell you this, whatever don't sound right, most likely it's not right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our disclaimer. Tristan is lying. When the momentum picked up, remember, when this first happened with Nolan, people's social media accounts, radio silence was activated before Nolan was even found. If you remember back, going back to 5 Mondays ago, his body would have been found at 8:45 that Monday morning, face down. Some reports say in the water, some reports say washed on shore. I don't know. Pick one. Either or, that's how he was found. One of those people reporting on that would have been a guy by the name of Brian Trashard. I'm going to deal with Brian Trashard on a whole another video because I can't tell whose team he's on. I can't tell if someone over there is scaring him, they have something on him, and yet he's still trying to do the right thing. I don't know. I can't tell yet, but we will get back to him. Now, getting on to the one who I'm going to be cross-examining again is going to be this young man, Tristan Sheppard. Let's go back to that week. Nolan is found on Monday. The question has come up. His phone is at the top of the subject matter. What's going on? Warren calls Christine. He doesn't mention to her about that phone. He goes on. He says he's going to call the Coast Guard. He said he did call the Coast Guard. Since I'm not cross-examining Warren on this day, I'm going to leave this alone, but leave you with this. I want that call that he made to the Coast Guard. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a chief of police. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a sheriff. I'm not a sheriff deputy. I am not an FBI or FBI agent, CIA or CIA agent. My field of study is history. That's what I'm good at. And I'm fixing to demonstrate. As that week was going on, a particular video came out. Give me my effing keys. Scratch that. I'm wrong. Give me my freaking phone. What are y'all doing with my phone? My testimony to Tristan, he comes out 9 days later claiming that was him. The incompetence of these big talking heads, big social media, big names, big numbers, probably making good money. People such as Rolling Stone, TMZ. He was interviewed by ABC. As you see on the screen, Op Brandon Tatum. Here's the problem. Tristan never, ever, ever said the words, give me my effing phone. As I showed in a previous video, the altercation and the irritation he was having was going along with his girlfriend, dropping her lid to her cup. He then mentioned something to the effect of he dropped the whole cup. He wants a beer. Guy tells him not to talk to the girl that way. He tells the guy he'll talk to his girl any way he wants to. Mind your business. The guy is alleged to knock him upside his head. He swung back. They're fighting. He makes eye contact with his uncle. He returns back to the vessel. He says he never got off. He comes back maybe about 3 minutes later and mentioned he does get back off the boat. He made his rounds to all those medias I just mentioned. And you want to know where it drowns in its sadness? You want to know where it drowns in its sadness? What? I maybe have 60 followers, subscribers. I'm 45 minutes from Ocean Spring. Visit Ocean Spring. I've stayed nights in Ocean Springs. I cannot get to Biloxi or Gulfport if I'm going to a concert. Cat Williams, Jill Scott, ECT. Biloxi, Hard Rock. Jamming on Friday night. Fun place to be. I can't get there without going through Ocean Spring. I could possibly get there in 45 minutes depending on the traffic on the causeway in Mobile, Alabama. You understand? Tristan is lying. And none of those big media heads, big name, which does give me and others the right to put them on the suspect list. Reason being, nobody never, ever, ever asked Tristan who had his phone, since he took it upon himself to kill the momentum. We were focusing. It sounded and showed altercation. Javon, I'm still studying him. I also saw a clip of a gentleman taking some pictures of the brothers after the funeral. And when he realized the guy was taking some pictures, was doing video, he trucks up out of there. Why? I do not know. Tristan, on the other hand, we are all beamed in on that video. For him to come out of the blue and say it was him, in my opinion, he was told, ordered to do that. Remember, them going on radio silence doesn't mean we went on radio silence. 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 10 by 10, 20 by 20. Different people's channels. We started trying to figure this thing out. It has all the ingredients of what could be, although it may not, which could be a conspiracy. They went on radio silence and they let us roll with it for about 96 hours. And about time many of us had laid out some type of a timeline, they came in and filled in the blanks. That's smooth. They got a problem though. We are all paying attention to that call. I mean, not that video of the person saying, "Give me my effing phone." And because not any old body, it wasn't like any old body could do this. It had to be a particular person. Would it be fair to say it had to be a person with, i.e., some melanin in them? In my opinion, he got a phone call from someone or somebody and was told to immediately to attack Trump's position. I didn't say Trump. I said Trump. He comes out of the blue 9-10 days later. No, that's me. That's me. That's me yelling on the beach. Tatum asked him, when he was saying, "Give you back your phone," that was his time. Listen, he could have got away. This is out far enough for me to be able to say, had he would have said, "I was mad, my girl had my phone, I'm telling her to give me my effing phone," it would have blended right in. But he didn't, and he hasn't. To this day, he has not told not one person who had his phone. He hasn't mentioned anything dealing with his phone. Now, you can downplay it all you want to. That's cool until it's not cool. Y'all stop playing with this boy and his mom. Listen, I assure you, whatever happened, you're not going to have to do no time. The great state of Mississippi has a way of showing and proving that if they so decide someone from the other side is not going to be held responsible, even though they may be responsible, it will be so. It'll be it, and I'm talking about we standing 10 toes down. Mississippi will stand 10 toes down. You'll be popping that bubble gum. Trump will be up in Chicago and New York somewhere. But it don't change the fact Tristan Sheppard is a effing liar. You understand? Now let's get to work a little bit. And I know there's other people that know he's a freaking liar. He wasn't there. You know, he said two things. I was with the boys from the time they got there to the time they left. Impossible. Because you're the one that got into a fight and had to be taken back to the mainland immediately. And then you got these other talking heads out here. I don't know. For some reason, it make them cringe. Sorry about that. I'm talking about it gets it I don't know. It's like it's the craziest thing. Oh man, if we better do as we told. We better do it. And then trying to make it sound like, well, we're trying to do the right thing. I don't see that. Not when you got Tristan is lying. And some of them people of Ocean Spring, Harris and Jackson County, they know it too. Yeah, that comes out the same water that touches over there to them. We here on the Gulf Coast. Get a load of this.
Friends have had encounters in public. The threats have been insane from, my stepmom and my dad, my mom, just everyone included, like even my brothers and my sisters. And it's just hard. I mean, it's unbelievable.
What would have been smooth if he would have said, that's messed up what they doing to Nolan's mom and doxing her and going on her job, trying to get her messed up with her employment, even though she got an impeccable record. I'm still on the subject of Tristan Sheppard. Don't lose sight of that.
Where like this has been taken to and the level where this is at.
When you say you've been called out in public, can you give me an example of like, what do you mean? People are threatening you with weapons? People are, not allowing you, denying you service? Because I heard that Tristan, he went to a corner store and they told him his money is not good there. They wouldn't even let him buy Gatorade.
Yeah.
Are you experiencing things like that or something totally different?
Right.
And you know what? You know what? You know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. You doggone right. He is lying. And they know he's lying. Here, this is what he's lying about. Let's go. We need somebody with some melon in them. Huh? Who can we call? We better hit. Hey, Tristan. Yeah, he'll be down. He'll be down. We'll call Tristan. Tristan lying. And then these other talking heads. Well, let me see. Do I want to put it in that order? No, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way.
And throughout the day on the island, I don't care. I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up. Because I know all these people are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him.
Good.
I told him that, and
you see, they kids. You get the right person in there to question them and make them got doggone show and prove no differently than you would do one of them El Negros, an ADOS person, mistakenly called black, African American, colored, minority, so on and so forth. They're ADOS. We're talking about the state of Mississippi. You come in contact with one of them people we are Americans. Our lineage reports that we are the people who found ourselves under the institution of slavery. You do know more violence happened to our people after 1865. Prior to 1865, in different spots and locations where our people were able to get together and stand together, they made a fine account for themselves with some of the fight back they came up with. Nevertheless, though, it don't change the fact. Keep this in mind. Tristan is a liar. Talking about that was him on that video.
And I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat. And they were screaming. I turned my head and I was like, yo, there's a spot over there, where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. From the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. That's who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before they got out there. But from the time they got out there to the time they went back in, I was with them.
Now you heard that. All right, let's go.
People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, give me my effing phone back, Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice.
Right. You ain't heard him mention no more. That's just how much, not you guys on that side or the people on Christine and Elmo under Team Nolan's side. Never been mentioned again. He want to keep that job, don't he? And it wasn't the head coach neither. See, if you're in big cities, you don't know how these little small towns work, including the El Negros. There are some who will take on their job, have more love for their job than they will for their people, and think nothing about it. And do it all in the name of their gods. Yes, they will. My man says, well, hold on.
And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling,
in there yelling. You got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in.
This is where the bullshit question come in. Anybody, even if you on the boys' side, and you gotta be honest with yourself. If you a real man or a real woman, and you really stand 10 toes down, and you bout that life, answer me. Would not the next thing came out your mouth would have been, who was you having that altercation with? How did they get your phone? Why did they take your phone? And most importantly of all, did you get your phone back? Is that what they did? They did not. Instead, he moves on.
In your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere.
To give me my effing phone. Tristan is not addressing that, not 1 iota. Says nothing. He don't even repeat it. You've never heard Tristan say out of his mouth in any interview whatsoever, yeah, and me and the guy got into it and I told him, give me my effing phone. Hey, boy, give me my phone before you up, you mother. Nothing like that. And y'all gonna disregard that call because this one cornball last boy talking about it's him. You liar. You's a liar. Maybe somebody else ain't man enough to tell you. Maybe you know, really, tough like that. Nevertheless, it don't change the fact. Tristan Sheppard, you lying.
Where you're somewhere, you're hanging out, and when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horror Island much longer. So my uncle had told me
You
to get
see
on
what
the
I'm
boat
saying?
and wouldn't let me back off
Hold
the
on
boat.
1 second.
Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to
Hold on 1
fight,
second.
wanted to
Hold
get
on 1
off.
second.
What was?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Because here we go. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. Now wait 1 second here. Hold on.
And I'm supposed to be one of them, but I come up and I speak, and now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them. And now I'm the issue. It doesn't.
Ain't got nothing to do with Nolan. Let me fast forward this a little bit.
Any of that manager is insane. Our friend group is diverse from it's. I've grown up and I have more big boy stuff, but in high school, all I
To talking to you means some of the guys that it seems like there was an agenda. But can you walk us through just your perspective from that day? You know, I don't know if did you go with them initially? Were you a part of
so
the group that went
No,
to
he already
Horn?
explained that. We're going to move on up just a tad more.
I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat, and they were screaming. I turned my head and I was like, "Yo, there's a spot over there," where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. From the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them.
Here it
That's
is.
who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before they got out there. But from the time they got out there to the time they went back in, I was with them.
Now hold that. Hold that. Hold up. I told you in the disclaimer, we let them do it with their own mouth, with their own tongue. Now he says that in one breath.
I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to you clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, "Give me my effing phone back," the coach came out. Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one
Yeah,
that
that's
was
me yelling, yeah.
in there yelling. You got into an altercation with somebody.
No check down. We're talking about something serious. Remember, Nolan's phone has been a topic of the subject the whole time. How did he get there? Where did it go? How did he get separated from? What do you mean he wanted to stay back with the girl? What do you mean the girl said he was going back to get on the boat with you guys? What do you mean, guys? He opted to stay, and what he say? What he tell you? Leave his phone on the boat. Hey man, I'm staying. Take my phone back to the mainland. Come on, man. Come on. He is lying. That is not that hard. He's lying. He's lying so hard, he can't even give you no details. He can't even repeat it. He can't even say, yeah, Tatum. Yeah, man, dude snatched my phone. My girl took my phone. My grandmother took my phone. My friends took my phone. Everybody on the beach took my phone. I cussed everybody out. Nothing. Nothing. He hasn't even mentioned it out his mouth. Tatum led him to the water. But he did not drink.
What happened after that? Like, put me in your.
Keep in mind now, he was there with the boys all day. He was with them. So they left. But then.
Place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
Now, before he answered that, let me be honest with you. Because this is Kazon's truth. I cannot figure out the part that the girl is playing in this. But what I do know is Warren, Tristan, them two for sure made it their business to heckle Nolan about the girl. Warren and Tristan were not together when this happened. They did this at two different times. They're kind of throwing shade, in my opinion, of the fact of whoever the girl he's chilling with, Warren said he was crazy. Tristan said a little bit more about him with the girl. Tristan also made the point that his girlfriend was with him when he heckled Nolan about the girl. This same girl, that girl, old girl, the girl, Katie girl, that Katie girl, all those titles this one girl has. I cannot, maybe someone could come in and help me wrap my head around it, but I can't let it go. But I also I can't hold it neither, because I can't quite get the connection. The only thing my common sense tells me is it is a good possibility Nolan was wrapped up with a female that might have been a no-no. And I don't mean his nickname neither. I mean an absolutely no-no. Back to Tristan. Been there with the boys all day till they left. Mm-hmm.
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horror Island much longer.
I'd be damned. Where my cigar at? I'd be damned. See, it don't take long. It don't take long. Not at Kazon's truth. We get him in, we get him out. Tristan is lying. Most likely, in my opinion, and since it's been a topic of the subject, that was Nolan. And you know what the sad part about it is? It don't look like they ever gave him back his phone. Let me finish this up.
So the objective, I was really upset. So with you hear me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get up. What wasn't smart, man. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land.
Remember what I said? They let other people, bloggers, social media techs, masterminds, they let them go along with whatever they were going along with the story. Whether Javon was told to say that, whether he did get into an altercation, but that was not him yelling about, give me my effing phone. So he's feeding off of what Javon already had told us, if you remember correctly. One thing about history, keep everything in order. Keep it in order.
Because I was really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him.
There's that second comment. I'm not going to play Warren tonight. Warren told him he was crazy. Tristan made a slick remark. That may be true. But one thing for a fact, two things for sure. In my opinion, Tristan is lying. That was not him up there saying, give me my phone. I'm going to let that part rest with y'all for a minute. Part 1, Section 2. I want you to get a load of when people say concerning Adolph's people, mistakenly called black, we need to stick together. We need to come together. We need to be together. You can't do that. You're going to have to come to the conclusion many of your people are a part of the establishment. It makes good for good conversation. But in all actuality, they're going to do and operate off of what the system allows them to say or not say. Therefore, they can't speak sometime in truth. They can't. Sometimes they can't do it. It will erupt their thing. Then you have some people, in my opinion, they just outright hate the skin that they're in. Nolan gets no mercy. He gets no benefit of the doubt. Even some of our own are on the position that we picking on these boys. And I'm saying some of the moves that they done made, some of the inconsistent statements they've made, it ain't like we dealing with some Harvard education kids here. I don't give a damn what they live like back in their hometown. Tristan just told you two different conclusions. You go back and listen to him. Talk that rack over here. Now let's get a load of this dude. Your Judge Joe Brown. Manhood. Men being men, standing 10 toes down, and then get over there and that Dana will talk to him like he a minority. And remember, in law, minority, ask judge. Ask him. Don't argue with me. Don't fight with me on this. Ask him. He probably have plenty. He probably got edition 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Black Law. That's just the name of the law dictionary. Inside of there, if you look up the word minority, it means baby, childlike, infant. In layman's terms, goo goo gaga. But now let's listen to the judge on this subject.
Good place to go have an adventure, and there are riptides in the area, strong currents, so they change, and it's all too easy for somebody to get caught up in one. So, I mean, everybody's Baba Yaga nightmare is out there being played one way or the other. So I think we're just waiting to see what the hell happens.
I mean, I just found it's interesting though. So you're saying you heard? I know you heard the audio. Several
It
different
doesn't
versions
say
of
a
it.
damn thing at all.
Okay.
And when it's dead, that just as well would refer to an engine being dead.
All right. Now, let's get to what he's talking about. Isn't that right? Ain't that how we supposed to do it? We're supposed to get to what he's talking about. Let's check it out.
CTO Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
What'd you say? Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right,
tag
unless
on
you
here.
have
It
a
got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 46.72.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, it looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under...
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
All right.
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
Or,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
oh, okay.
Um,
Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And, again, I couldn't find he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under fee-for-service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is he a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number?
All right. Yep. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm going to send you over an accurate one under this one, okay? He's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes, okay?
Okay, perfect. All right. And, yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right. Transferring now. Thank you again, Captain.
All righty.
Stay safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild. All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was the call in its entirety without me interrupting anything. Now, Judge, you know, hey, Christine and Elmo, fam, listen. Some of your people, when they done made up in their mind, they not on board. It ain't nothing you can do about it. All you can really do is just stand there and look at them. Let's get back to the judge, because he don't hear nothing. Let's slide this over. Back to the judge.
One. So, I mean, everybody's Baba Yaga nightmare is out there being played one way or the other. So I think we're just wait to see what the hell happens.
I mean, I just found it's interesting though. So you're saying you heard? I know you heard the audio. Several
It
different
doesn't
versions
say
of
a
it.
damn thing at all.
Okay.
And when it's dead, that just as well would refer to an engine being dead.
Why not? Why not? Because see, if they don't want to hear it, they won't hear it. I heard Joy Reid whole members up there with her. I'm looking at them in the face. I had to turn my head with shame. That must be awful to be working on a job that you can't tell the truth on. Yeah, that's sad.
The boat's dead in the water. If way or the other. So I think we're just wait to see what the hell happens.
I mean, I just found it's interesting though. So you're saying you heard? I know you heard the audio. Several
It
different
doesn't
versions
say a
of it.
damn thing at all.
Okay.
And when it's dead, that just as well would refer to an engine being dead. The boat's dead in the water. If it was moving, you wouldn't have the flooding problem because there are always one-way valves and transoms on most small boats that drain the vessel anyway when it's moving. So there was a call for an emergency tow.
Mm-hmm.
Chest. Are you talking about? Is there anything in a tool chest? All kinds of stuff comes out. There is nothing there, and besides, even if there is something, it has to be sufficient to establish probable cause to get a grand jury indictment or a warrant. And then it has to be something that goes beyond a reasonable doubt if you want a conviction. I know somebody's trying to hustle up another settlement without going to trial on it. But even then, somebody will tell you to go to hell, go prove it. See circumstantial evidence. Well, how come so-and-so? It doesn't say, well, okay, circumstantial evidence has to exclude every other reasonable theory.
Mm-hmm.
But the one of guilt, and if there's any other thing that could have occurred, an accident, then you can't convict on it.
Mm.
And a good deed wouldn't lend him or herself to political pressure to be politically correct by instituting a weak prosecution just to go through the changes and curry political favor. That wouldn't be good either.
Max, this could somebody be held accountable, or somebody for the underage drinking on the island, providing minors with alcohol? Could somebody be held liable for
Oh,
that?
you don't have to do that. That's, I mean, goodness sakes, going to college, being a guy and being in your late teens means drinking beer.
Mm-hmm.
that's not the case. And I don't think this really has much to do with it other than the fact that I think some of the young men who were apparently friends with the deceased all the way from kindergarten didn't want to be caught drinking, which was a risk. And that may color some of the things that they did afterwards, but I don't see anything right here that's indicative of any foul play. It might be, but I don't see anything so far.
So you
Of course you don't. You no. It's a wonder you ain't called him every name under the sun. Drunk, drunkard. They out there, you would have called the sisters and them out of their name. You give their people a benefit of the doubt. You give your own people no doubt. Judge Joe Brown.
think like the audio is. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but they did
I
say
heard
no,
all
no,
the
and
audio.
no.
I didn't hear anything particularly.
My man, Judge don't want to hear nothing you got to say. His mind is made up. He ain't hear nothing. He don't want to slow it down. No. Anything that might suggest, you know the rest. Christine, Elmo, you know, y'all know what's up by now. I know you do.
Significant.
But they said Nolan, right? They said, is he dead? Or something. I mean, that's the interpretation. Right?
I listened to it. It doesn't say, is he dead?
Uh-huh. So many of us, but hey, him, Tatum, this other cornball blogger, I can't even think of his name right now. In the Op Tatum wannabe, you got a couple of them. Hey, Op Tatum, my man. Hey, bruh. You done pull some over to you. They hoping to get the same outcome as you. Poor thing.
Even TMZ did a more thorough Hollywood analysis. They said they couldn't come up with that, even though people claim they heard it, but they did.
Now, any other time, Judge he'd have said something different about TMZ.
I didn't. So,
of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. If I was sitting out there in the lobby holding that tape and come in your office and realize it's you sitting behind the desk, I'd have just said, you know what, Judge, you got it.
I would say, yeah. If it's been like cleaned up or whatever, it could be suggestive. I would say that just dealing with like talking and podcasting. I don't really know what I'm seeing. I maybe have a confirmation bias because everybody else saying it. I'm going along with it. I don't know.
This little soft light. Man, talk to him like Dana talked to him. He ain't gonna do shit. Drink that Whataburger. Whataburger, send me a shout out.
But I just think it's fascinating that he's the only person that had something unfortunate happen to him that weekend with all those people there.
Well, I think there were a few hundred in the United States that had something unfortunate happen to that weekend. So he's not alone. He just happens to be on that particular recreational small little island. See? I mean, even in Hawaii, they're getting a lot of deaths in snorkeling incidents, not because of even drowning, but because of rapid onset bilateral pulmonary edema, which develops sometimes in the water when you don't ingest water. It's just a change of pressure. When the call comes in, the boat's in 30 feet of water, which is about the depth of most American harbors. It's interesting because it's deep enough to get in trouble. Hell, the average swimming pool is only 8 or 9 feet deep. And most people get freaked out if they're down 15 feet in the pool. And this is 30. So, I mean, currents are known to be sometimes heavy in that area, and they change rapidly. I mean, let's see what happens. It may be foul play, but there's nothing out there right now that would indicate that there is.
Well, Joe, let me ask you this. Let's put on, like, I know you officer of the court and all that. You got great experience and all that, legal expertise, bar none. But let's say if these were 3 black boys instead of white boys, and he happened
Get a load of this now, little liar. Get a load of this now. Here comes the lie.
to be a white boy that didn't come home, do you actually think that they'll be free to walk around and do
Yeah, they
social
would.
media? You in
Happens all the
Mississippi?
time. Happens
Really?
all the
You got a
time.
case about? Give me a case like that, Judge, with 3.
You can't do nothing with my people, boy. They boy.
White dude didn't come back with 3 all these black guys. You know a case off the top of your head that's similar to that?
No, he don't. But he can lie.
You go someplace where there's a Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps base, and you'll find it all the time when the service personnel are on leave. I can't come up with a specific incident, but
I know you can't. So therefore, anything else you fixing to say is going to be irrelevant. Christine and Elmo, I tell you, you got your hands full. Don't worry. They trying to give me some smoke in some of these comments, but they can't mess with me. I bring them back. They want to drift off in the la-la land. But I bring them back.
Pretty much having a good.
And I mean, that's the truth. That's the way it was. I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. Nolan lit up every room he walked in. 4th of July, everybody was out there. Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. The rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
It's another one for no reason other than what he think he feels and no prompt. He just done turned his back on Nolan to make sure that these alleged friends get the benefit of the doubt. And I'm telling you, if this was the other way around, it was 3 brothers and a European came up missing, they would not get the benefit of the doubt. You know that as well as I know that.
And like, what? Explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying, and
Correct.
they're having a good time. But something happened to where it necessitated you guys.
I ain't even finna go all the way through Warren, because that'll take a whole nother hour. I may come back and address him. But in short, he is lying. You got these professional people coming up. Well, sometimes, you'll lose track of time. Get out of here. We don't get that benefit of the doubt. F that. He not getting that benefit of the doubt. He said he last saw Nolan at 3 o'clock. His stepmammy said he said 3 o'clock. But then he comes back and he sees Nolan and having a conversation with him at 4:30 in the water with the girl. Little liar. Sick of them with this bull crap. Elmo, Christine, it would be dead up wrong for me not to at least find somebody that is a judge. I could have used more, but I didn't want to. No, I didn't want to do that. But at least this brother has a way of how he would have addressed it before we go. Let's go, Judge Mathis.
The details. So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man, went on a boat ride to pretty much resort island, not necessarily, it's just a fun island off the coast of Mississippi. And 4 of them left and went and had fun, and only 3 returned. They then found Nolan dead. His 3 friends that he had come with in the boat had gone and left in the boat and claimed that Nolan stayed behind by himself. And additionally, however, and this is where the first question comes in with me, they say he left his cell phone. They have his cell phone, they had it in their possession. Okay, so if your buddy says to you, I'm leaving, you all go back. I'm staying by myself. No friends, just me wandering around. And then you see that he had left his cell phone. So you see, so you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by himself, and by the way, did you ask him how he was getting home? So instead of going back, you couldn't be that far off because the phone right in the boat. Say an hour or 2. If you're a real friend, you'll drive back on that recreational hour or 2 on the boat having fun to give your man his phone. Because if he's out there by himself, no question about it, 90% white in the state of Mississippi that has a history of demonizing and black men and killing them in the civil rights era. Most of the civil rights killings occurred in Mississippi, including Medgar Evers, including our dear young brother from Mississippi who was killed, and several others. And so we know that Mississippi has a history of demonizing and marginalizing black men. And so the question became, what is the investigation going to be? Well, the police immediately accepted the version of the 3 young men that returned. Now, here you are, you're supposed to be the police. And I just deduced it. And I deduced it not just now, but I had deduced it immediately after seeing it in the media. And I'm not an investigator, I'm a lawyer and a judge, but an investigator, that is a police investigator / detective, has investigative techniques that would have immediately thrown into question what occurred. And common sense throws into question what occurred.
And with that being said, he's right. That's how it would have went if it would have been 3 Adolf's men and 1 European. All those techniques would have came into play. But because it wasn't, because it was Nolan Wells, he doesn't get that benefit of the doubt. And I'm saddened and disappointed at the way some of my people can act. Christine, Elmo, I hope this video reaches you. Something to take into consideration. Keep your foot on their neck. They want it to kind of wear itself down and wear itself out as it normally does. I beg to differ. This time, stay full speed ahead. That's all I have. This has been Kazon's Truth. Until the next time. Tristan Sheppard is a liar. That's all I have. Till the next time. Take care.